here with David. David, what's going down, man? Last time we talked.
I don't remember last time.
Last time you were getting on a decent dose of methadone and your fentanyl use was like...
Yeah, I was getting down.
You said it was like real light, but since then, how's everything going on that?
Well, to be honest, since then I got my dose increased, but and it was holding me because I was experiencing withdrawals and stuff from fentanyl on top of my methadone, which was fucked up. But so anyway, yeah, I've regressed and used fentanyl more within like actually the last week, and after having nearly stopped using it, but have never quite gotten to the point of quitting. One thing that I just wanted to real quickly comment on, though, was when you had mentioned to me that, because I don't do Facebook and stuff, so I don't really know what, or nor do I really give a fuck how people are taking and receiving the videos that you get from interviews and stuff. But one person you said had commented that something about they didn't help homeless people or some shit. Well,
right.
You know, well, I don't need your sympathy. I don't need, or do I want you to have any type of feelings that you need to help me do a motherfucking thing? Because I'm good with my life and what's going on with me, and I don't think the point of these videos is to have you have sympathy, or like, I'm not looking for a fucking handout. Whoever made the comment, you know, deal with yourself. That's what I'm trying to do. You don't need to make comments about how you don't have sympathy for me. Good, bitch, because I don't want it. You know? So that's all I'd like to say on that, you know, because I'm not really doing this for that. My hope was to see some change and progress in my using and subsequent behavior through the use. And not even if it helps, you know, somebody, but I guess if it does help one person, it's doing something better than a person telling someone else that they don't have any sympathy for them. But
yeah, I think it's helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's always the haters, you know what I mean, that or just want to talk shit to make themselves feel better.
Yeah, because I feel like that comment was more about themselves than it was about me or anything.
It really shows, you know, once you have enough wisdom and, like, know how to deal with, like, human nature, you can tell that something's not right when people make comments like that. Like, it's really about them.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
It's really about them.
Yeah. So... yeah, I've regressed in the fentanyl use and stuff. There was actually a wave of some blue shit that came through here that was mostly Xylazine, and I hadn't really known that I was doing Xylazine until I got this batch of shit that was obviously overly cut, and I could tell the difference in feeling was like more of a sedated, I don't know, more of like a tranquilized feeling, like a Thorazine, or because, you know, believe it or not, I've been on psych drugs before. But yeah, it felt completely different and but familiar, and it's just weird. Like I started to have some of the side effects of doing Xylazine, which a major one are like a random sores. They'll be like a fucking major zit or something, and you'll pop it, and then it will never heal. It's just like a little hole or something. And I have a few of them on around my knee, and where I had an injury recently, and then it healed up, but then these little sores started showing up, and I had no idea what the fuck it could have been from, except for when reading about Xylazine and the side effects of that horse tranquilizer. It is that's one of them, is sores and shit. So I quit doing that shit
What about nodding out, standing up?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is a side effect.
Seeing that around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. There was like that about a year or so ago. I would see people at my camp like standing there in a full nod, like, but never fall over or fall down. They kind of what I called the Fetty dance, and they're just like holding the foil and shit and just waving back and forth, and like you would think they were getting ready to just fall the fuck over, but they wouldn't. And it turns out that that's the side effect of the Xylazine, is to be, sedated or fucked up like that and not fall down, because horses and cows, they can't afford to have them fall like that, or they'll break their legs, and so they sleep standing up. So I guess that drug was made with the intent of them being able to still remain standing, but to be tranquilized so they could do whatever. But yeah, so that's been a weird and new thing, is the appearance of heavy doses of xylazine and fentanyl. As far as my life personally, I have been able to attain some better tattoo equipment, which I think one person before had shown some sympathy and was gonna donate some tattoo stuff, but I managed to save some money and get my own wireless pen again, so that I could tattoo wherever, whenever, and yeah, it's been good. As a matter of fact, when this interview is over, I have an appointment to tattoo somebody up north, and that should be lucrative.
Can I see show me the gun?
The machine, yeah, it's a mini rocket machine that takes a cartridge needle like this one, and you just clip it in the machine and then add the battery and turn it on, and there you go.
So how has the tattoo business been since you got your equipment up and running?
It's been a lot better. I mean, can now tell people like that I'm able to work on them and not have to find somebody that wants a huge expensive piece to buy the equipment, so now that I have stuff, it's and that I have the ability to get to them, because I'm not like chasing dope and stuff. I can just chase tattoos instead of chasing fentanyl all day. But admittedly, I will take my earnings and spend it on drugs. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's what we do,
Yeah, that's what I do. Anyway.
How many people are trying to get at you to do tattoos? Like,
I'm only doing about 3 a week, but the people are gonna be return clients, because the pieces they want are more involved. It's not just like a whatever one-timey small thing. I'm mainly doing a sleeve work. One cat's working on a back piece, and it's cool. It's kind of.
What do you charge? Like, trade some ice or fucking?
Yeah, I got one client that we're doing. It's like outer space scenes. Some planets, supernovas, different dust that's in the galaxy and shit. And the sleeve, when I go tattoo her, she trades me about an 8-ball each session.
Of
so
ice?
It's only of ice. It's only costing her like $20 or $30, but I don't give a shit. Like, to me, it's valued at somewhere around 60 or 70, and I don't mind tattooing her for a couple hours for that.
Do people ever give you cash?
Yeah, I mean, I get cash. Like the security guard at my methadone clinic, I charged him $750 for a cover-up. There's certain people to tax, that
Wow.
yeah, they'll pay. And
How long ago was that?
it was a couple years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, it was.
Recently, have you got, $40 cash for?
Yeah, I did some shit on this dude's face for $40. It was just a stupid like loyalty thing over. I think those tattoos are kind of dumb. That writing across people's eyebrows and shit. But I can't knock it because I got voices tattooed on my forehead. But.
You see that? Right, I'm gonna zoom in on that.
Yeah.
You said
It says voices.
Voices?
Yeah, it's kind of a old, faded out shit, and because it's exposed to the sun constantly. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see the V and the S at the end.
Voices.
But, yeah, the voices in my head. Yeah.
What voices do you hear in your head?
Yours. No, but I hear did all kind of weird shit. It's too much to get into. This tattoo over here on my face,
dope, to be honest with you.
right here, was actually I took a razor blade and cut this pattern into my face, and then later on got it done over with a machine, a friend of mine. But
it's pretty sick.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, because when
the one on your neck is really cool. The color.
Which one?
The
Virgin?
Yeah, it's nice.
She's all right. Just old. From Joel Ilch up in Paradise Tattoos in Dallas.
How much you pay for that?
6 hours of pain. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yep, 3 hours one day, and then 4 days later, 3 more hours. This shit was pretty crucial. I had uncontrollable tears coming out of my eyes when they were doing the red and stuff in the aura in her dress.
How's everything going with your relationship?
It's doing a lot better because of my willingness to accept my wife for who she is, and her own personal challenges that she experiences and stuff. I've at times been pretty short-tempered or like not patient when and having expectations and when I shouldn't. I shouldn't have expectations of people, period, because when I do, I always get disappointed because I think I set my expectations for folks a lot higher than I even would myself. I don't know. I expect better of myself, and I fall short a lot of times. But I don't know. I think people should be better than a lot of them are. Especially like people's word when motherfuckers say they're going to do something. I mean, I actually am pretty solid about time, commitments, different things that I'll, verbally tell other folks, and I commit to that and complete it. I'm not a flake, and I really fucking hate flakiness and dishonesty, but.
And there's a lot of that when you're running the streets.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the main. It's very rare that you find someone that's like real 100, as they say.
Yeah, yeah. There's hardly any 100 motherfuckers, but there are some.
It's more like 2.
Yeah.
Like, instead of 100, it's 2 or
2%.
Yeah. That's kind of what it's like.
Yeah, I agree, man. It is like that.
Sometimes it would just blow my mind, like things that like were. It's almost like people went out of their way to not hold their word. It was just like insane.
Yeah, it is like that, and man, like they intentionally or purposely did not keep their word just to spite you or be a dick or something, man.
Something like I have to make sure that I am a 98 or 99% flake. I'm 100, but not 100% reliable. I'm 100% unreliable.
Yeah, no shit. Like, they're like, man, you know, you're real consistent at being inconsistent.
So what's been going on at the encampment, at the dam?
That's the warheads coming, people. We're all gonna die. I don't know what this major low-flying
Sounds like a
plane or
military
something.
jet.
No doubt, scary. I'm in fear right now. That'd be crazy if a big old atomic explosion happened behind us right now.
It would be, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No shit.
But
yeah, so the camp is it's crazy right now, man. The one fellow who's you know, pretty decent acquaintance of mine, one cat that is actually pretty 100, save for his gambling addiction. He's you know, like myself. You fall in love with a woman and she could fucking spurn you and fuck you over, but she would have some redeeming qualities, you know, for you to look at and say, well, I love her for this, I love her for that. But I tried to point out to my homeboy, like, this woman does not have redeeming qualities anymore. Maybe at some point she did.
She did.
You know, and then like, but now, bro, you got to look at every goddamn day something happens by her hand to fuck you over. Like, your whole wardrobe recently has been set ablaze, and yet amazingly, all of her belongings were saved by water. Yet
their
yours
burnt down, right?
Yeah. Well, what it was like a heat lamp type setup, and my homeboy had pointed out, names shall be kept to protect the innocent, and he pointed out to her, like, you know, the plastic around protecting us from rain and shit is starting to bubble up, and maybe turn that motherfucker off, or not maybe, but turn the you know, heat thing off and shit. And she was like, yeah, I'll get to it or whatever. And it was almost as if this was a planned event for her, because she neglected to turn it off, and then in fact left the tent so that I'm not sure exactly what he was doing, sleeping or something, and just happened to you know, wake up from the heat or something, and then point out the bubbling of the plastic to her. But then when he like rolled over, started to smell some shit, and woke up to the tent being on fire. And a lot of his belongings were starting to be consumed by the fire. But you know, it's in the immediate, you know, moment to extinguish the fire and put it out, he didn't pay attention to what was burning or what had not until after you know, the water and stuff had been doused on everything to extinguish the flames and shit. And in the aftermath, he noticed that none of her possessions had been touched or was even near, in fact, had been moved away from the flames and shit, and all of his shit was you know, destroyed, like some brand new shoes and just, you know, his whole unit. Like, that's how he wants to style and profile and shit, but like, his shit was all fucked. In fact, he has like nothing. And we were talking, and to, you know, keep him from breaking down and shit, I had some fentanyl that I just scored, like $40 worth of shit, and I just dropped a whole dub on some shit and was like, bro, smoke that, man. Like, get yourself together, collect yourself, your composure. You're about to like break down in front of all these fucking folks here, and you don't really, you know, you could fare better to just save that for you know, people that you trust and stuff, and not have others just making a judgment of you from seeing you break down. But anyway, yeah, so I was telling him, you know, whatever, my old lady's got plenty of redeeming qualities for mistakes or, you know, fuck ups that she'll do, and myself included. You know, I got.
She doesn't. Your relationship, she doesn't intentionally hurt you.
No, right. But yeah, this cat, yeah, she does.
To intentionally hurt you.
Yeah, intentionally, yeah, totally. I mean, she'll talk cash shit too, which I can't have my woman talking to me like that, bro. I'd fucking kill her. I mean, I've already done time for strangling a woman before that I was with, and people can say whatever the fuck you want to right now, but if a bitch comes at me like that, I'm gonna put my hands around that throat and kill the hoe. Straight up. Done it before, do it again, you know.
At least
Man, I'm just not having there's no way that my wife, woman, whatever, of some years, which is what he's got and I've got, is going to burn my shit down intentionally and then live. No.
I think that's called codependency.
Yeah, something. He's got it bad, whatever it is, man. And so as far as the whole tying fentanyl and shit into the story here, is I insisted that fool smoked some shit until he was fucking gone mentally, because he was just trying to figure it all out, and I was trying to tell him, bro, there's nothing to figure out. You need to remove that woman from your life, or you from hers, and find your own self again, man, because you done lost your motherfucking self in this relationship somewhere, bro, because you keep going back to what's killing you, man, and you just can't have it like that, man. You gotta find yourself, rise above the madness, man, and find somebody that's gonna, help you in some way, better yourself. You can't be pulled down by a fucking vindictive hoe just on some past shit that, maybe you did or happened in your relationship for whatever reason. The bitch don't like you anymore, man, and it stays with you to hurt you. Fuck that shit.
That's pretty much what it boils. I mean, if you were to look at it like through a microscope, that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucked up.
A resentment she holds on him and is making him live like hell.
I mean,
fuck that.
So the dam is a special spot.
Got sidetracked there on the one particular relationship, but yeah, it's a
special spot, but I see it as like, I mean, it is what it is. Like,
yeah, it's a
drug den.
It's a drug den. It's a weird spot, man.
What's it like? Like, if you really think about it, what is it like living in a drug den with all those people?
Well, what's weird is that it'll change hands, right? There's a vie for territory, like people. And my wife and I have lived in that spot now for going on a little over a year, and I've watched it change hands about 4 times.
Like as far as who?
As who's going to be, not who runs it, because on the cool, there's a community voice that we'll all at some point get together and be like, look, this person here needs to go. And right now it's coming up on this one bitch. I don't know or care if you see this, Smurf, but I don't even see how you're still alive, ho. You're a documented confidential informant on some people's discovery work for their cases against them for drugs and other shit in which you have committed to testify against them, and even with that knowledge, you're still living and in fact selling drugs. You need to be killed for real.
Everybody over here,
they're all. Well, I don't know if necessarily they're soft, but she's got them at a point where they're kind of intimidated and scared. I myself am just a consumer. I don't deal anything, nor do I keep shit on me to where I could be busted. I've done enough prison time to where I'm not never going back. I'm just not, and I'm not stupid enough to get caught. So I'm not in fear of this bitch, and I don't care what she's done. Talk cash shit to me, and I've talked it right back to her, like, fuck you. She's all, let my friend, alone so that he can come smoke crack with me and all this shit, and whatever, bitch. It's the stuff that I'm not even making sense now to the viewers of this video, but there's a chick down there at the dam who thinks that she is the fucking speaker for the place, or the gatekeeper, and she'll tell people to leave that are coming to see folks that ain't got shit to do with dope, and she'll be like, or other people that come to buy dope from other folks that they are loyal to, or just rather get better shit from, and go further into the camp. She tries to shortstop them or tell them that they got to pay her a fucking house fee and all this old hoe-ass shit, man, that one day somebody's going to come in there masked up, with a piece and put it against her motherfucking temple and squeeze that trigger, and the pink mist will explode from behind her head. And I would like nothing more than to see that, because she's just so irritating, man. She's just such a... What happened to old school ways of snitches get stitches, or fucking, people...
Snitches wind up in ditches.
Yeah, why is this woman still walking around, selling drugs and intimidating people? I just don't see it, man. I don't even see
like spread like rumors around there, like.
Oh yeah, there's all kind of shit flying around about different people that sell shit there, like so and so is a snitch or whatever, or yeah, just people.
She's fucking him and.
Yeah, that type of shit. Which we could go back to the same relationship we were talking about a second ago. Like she's known to have taken people down to the water and shit and do whatever, and I just, man, come on, homeboy, you need to wake up, man. Just cut that fucking.
It's unfortunate too.
It's unfortunate. It's sad to see him drowned.
She was a homegirl, like.
Yeah. They were like, yeah.
She was my homie, but it's just sad, I mean that's what.
Shit, drugs have gotten into her so deep, man, that she's married and in a relationship with crack and Xanax so heavy that she don't even give a fuck how it's affecting a homeboy,
Yeah.
Which that's how it goes, man, with addiction. You'll choose that over your significant other. You'll choose that shit over work. You'll choose drugs and shit over everything. At some point, Yeah.
I mean, when you get to where you're like have been used, I mean, when you identify as a junkie or a druggie or someone who gets high all the time, once you see that and identify as that, I mean, that's you can love people, but I mean, and want to do things for them, but the drug is the number one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, unless
I agree.
It comes down like you're face to face with fucking whatever trial and tribulation that's about to happen, and that person is there, and it's either the drug or them, and you just decide, I don't give a fuck what I have to do. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what happened to me.
Yeah.
But it
that's cool. Whatever, happens in your life to change the direction. I mean, I just need to be real with myself and just stop doing it. It's not helping me at all. It doesn't benefit me. It's totally dragging me down and preventing me from excelling. And I know this, and yet I'll still consume the, different substances, man. It's like gone beyond self-medication. It's just now become bullshit. Bullshitting myself, bullshitting people around me. And I mean, everybody, it's kind of silly to try to hide the fact from my clients and shit, because, I mean, you can look at me and tell I'm fucked up on dope. Like, there's just no...
Well, aren't most of your clients on dope too?
Not all of them. I mean, like, I've lost some clients because I was working on somebody and
you rotted on them.
Well, no, I mean, I've done that, but I didn't, like, fuck them up on the tattoo or anything. I've never done that where because, like, if I'm too fucked up or not out, which has only happened twice, and both times was from Xanax and not from heroin or
fentanyl.
I don't think I've ever even tattooed anybody on fentanyl. Maybe. Probably have and just didn't even remember it.
So,
but
there's there's heroin out there, they say.
Yeah.
It's still out there, but it sure as fuck is not at the dam.
No, it's not at the dam. There is some, but it's trash, and I don't even know why motherfuckers would buy it. Like, any heroin around at the dam that is good has fentanyl, dusted on it, where the tar is white with fentanyl fucking dust on it, and so it gives it a badass kick up front. But yeah, I don't know, man. Heroin's lost its fucking.
People talking about 8 balls for like $80 or $50 for an 8 ball. I mean, that's straight trash.
Yeah, and that's all you're gonna find there at the dam. I mean, I'm sure there's.
Unless it's got
fucking some good tar somewhere here in Austin, but I don't know where it's at.
Used to be all over this neighborhood.
Yeah, the whole east side was flooded with heroin, but especially up at 7th Street in Weberville.
Every like 4 residences was a dope dealer.
Yeah.
In this neighborhood.
Yeah, that's true.
Now it's a bunch of gentrified people who are
gentrification,
like, trying to kick the people who have been here since the 1930s.
Yeah, since the inception of the East Side.
Yep.
Yeah, they're changing it, man. But it'll be all right, man.
So, when are you planning on getting high, like here in the next 10, 15, 20?
Probably.
What are you gonna do?
Some fentanyl.
Are you gonna smoke it?
Yeah, probably smoke it. I feel like
shooting it is too dangerous, man. I don't.
Well, yeah, it is dangerous because trying to find that point to where you're going to be high and just be sedated into the point where your ass is going to go out and die is such a fine line, man, that trying to find that motherfucker is not worth it, man.
Yeah.
It's really not, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to die. You know, I know one fucking dude that has weighed his shit out and bought consistently from the same person to where he's like, you know, 0.87 is a good hit for me. Like, how he arrived at that, I don't know, but it seems to work for him, and you know, more power to him, man, if he can do that. And
well, thanks, David. It was good catching up, and you know we're going to follow up in the next 60 days, man.
Right on. Thank you. Thanks for not having sympathy for me.